I, Charles, Prince of Wales, do become your liege man of life and limb, and of earthly worship, and faith and truth I will bear unto thee, to live and die against all manner of foes.
He found the virgin, sacrificial lamb, and in a way he was obsessed with me, but it's hot, cold, hot, cold. He never knew what mood it was going to be. Up and down, up and down.
Since 1534, there's never been a king or queen who did not swear to be a defender of the faith, and that faith is the Church of England. In 1994, Charles said he didn't want to be a defender of the faith, but a defender of faiths.
Whether he would like to be, in some way, a person that feels that all faiths lead to the same God. It's unsustainable from the Christian perspective. I wish it wasn't, but that's not what Christianity teaches. If he can't, in all honesty, be supreme governor of the Church of England, then perhaps abdication.
The most peculiar aspect of Charles's spirituality is his interest in the occult and in esoteric Christianity. Both Charles's gurus, Van der Post and Jung, were fascinated by such strange and disturbing ideas. Van der Post even believed he was a Knight of the Round Table and a reincarnation of the Templars who guard the Holy Grail.
He also, in some of his dafter letters, actually claimed that he had met people on his travels who were reincarnations of various medieval figures.
The Nazis and the occult. The hidden influences that sparked Adolf Hitler's lust for power are now revealed.
The Nazis had built for themselves an entire universe of beliefs, some of it factual, some of it semi-factual, some of it from planet Mars. And the more you study the Nazis, the more it's like science fiction.
What were the mysterious occult Nazi societies at the heart of the Third Reich?
Key members of the Nazi Party, in particular Himmler and Hitler, were not just a little into the occult, they were absolutely obsessed by it.
What's incredible is how influential the secret societies were on the creation of the Third Reich.
These ideas of occultism, spiritualism, and racism made for a toxic blend.
Is it true?
Edward VIII has long been known as the British king who gave up the throne to marry the woman he loved. American divorcee Wallis Simpson. But declassified FBI files reveal a potentially more damning legacy, that Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson were pro-German in the heyday of the Nazi regime, that they maintained contact with Hitler's Germany early in the war and may have leaked vital secrets to the enemy, and that Hitler wanted to see Edward return to England as his puppet king. These files now tell the real story of how the British and American governments saw them as a potential liability to national security and went to extraordinary lengths to keep watch over them.
Throughout the centuries, the British royal family have had a passion for murder and a fascination with the occult. Whilst innocent country folk were persecuted for devil worship in medieval Britain, the royal family played host to astrologers, alchemists and magicians such as John Dee, Francis Bacon and Isaac Newton. To this day, the British royal family patronise various secret societies such as Freemasonry and the Order of the Garter. Freemasonry is a global cult which forces members to reenact murder, undergo a mock funeral, and requires all who take part to swear blood-curdling oaths of allegiance to the Masonic god Yarbulon. Reverend John Lawrence wrote a book called Freemasonry, Is It a Religion? His conclusions were that Freemasonry is a cult which worships a tripantheon god, most definitely not the god of the Holy Bible. The Masonic god is inspired by the mythical spirit of Baal, the ancient devil. As a member of the royal family, Princess Diana was surrounded by Freemasons. Queen Elizabeth II is Grand Patroness of English Freemasonry, and the Duke of Edinburgh has been a Master Mason since 1952. Living under the same roof as Diana at Kensington Palace is Britain's most senior royal Freemason, the Duke of Kent. Seen here leading a grand Masonic ceremony, the Duke of Kent was installed as Grand Master of British Freemasonry by the Earl of Scarborough in 1964. Every Mason swears blood oaths of allegiance to his fellow brothers. A Mason must support his fellow brothers even if he is in full knowledge of wrongdoing by his brethren.
The dangers you have escaped are those of stabbing and strangling.
In every strata of British government, there are Masons who will carry out illegal duties, such as murder, on behalf of the royal family.
Your own death by stabbing, and the brother that held it would have remained firm and done his duty.
There are over 600,000 Masons in Britain today, many of them directly serving the royal family in the government, armed forces, and in the secret services. One of the most powerful factions within Freemasonry are the Knights of Malta. They wear the Maltese cross around their necks. As Diana was led up the aisle, she was entering a world dominated by Masonic tradition, of skullduggery, black magic, and murder.